Hi everybody, my name is Nathan Aswell. Welcome to In the Center of the Circle, episode number 12. I can't believe this is my 12th one. And my guest today is Padma Vangolen, and we're going to talk to Pamela about... Padma, what did I say? Pamela, I'm sorry. Padma. That's the first time I've done that. I haven't made that slip before, and I promise I won't make it again. We're going to talk to Padma about energy. That's really the word today. Before we get into that, I'd like to start with a song by my partner Janice Stanfield. It's called All the Good. Just a light way to get us present. The words are, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Here's another melody. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. First melody. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. But the world needs. But the world needs all the good that I can do. Once again. But the world needs all the good that I can do. All right. It's All the Good by Janice Stanfield. So as I said, this is In the Center of the Circle, and my intention with this show is to celebrate the innate goodness in every one of us. And to help me do that today is an esteemed colleague, a well-respected person within the Vancouver community, Padma Vangolen. And she's here to talk about many things. Where should we jump in, Padma?
Well, I think I'm going to jump in kind of at the beginning because I have been doing this spiritual counseling and energy healing for over 30 years now. And I love my work. It's a really great way to be of service to everyone and who can find me. But a friend of mine mentioned today that I really should just tell people I am clairvoyant and that I have been 30 years a psychic.
Wow.
And a psychic healer and an energy medicine person. And originally that all began right after university when I graduated as a school teacher and found that this wasn't quite the right path for me.
It's a bit of a leap from school teacher to spiritual counselor.
I know.
Wow.
And then I found this spiritual church and went through their programs. And
what was the church?
It's called the Church of Divine Man.
Okay.
And it's based out of the United States mostly. So I don't even think they have a branch here in Vancouver anymore.
Okay.
But it was a great experience and a great leaping off for me. So since 1985, when I became ordained, I started doing this work. And I would do, wellness fairs pretty much all over the country. And I did that for about 5 or 6 years. And then...
sorry, and what would you do at those fairs?
People would come to me and I worked through the energy field, reading the aura and the chakras and the energy body, and I would see their life path, their past life, soul journey, all of that. And my particular interest was to really assist people if there was something out of alignment. For example, past conditioning or some kind of trauma that had happened that was blocking them from moving in the direction they wanted to go in life. So that the healing aspect has always been a big interest here. And so that's what I did then. And then at about 1989, I started teaching energy awareness, meditation, and have been doing that since then as well. And also to teach people how to develop their innate abilities if they choose. So, so it's a lot of fun. And, but around, I guess, the early 90s, I decided to just move away from doing anything so public, and I just started working out of my home mostly. So I guess I kind of went into a more, into the cave, more into a silent place. And I even moved away from the city for a while and lived in a little cabin in the middle of the woods in Half Moon Bay. And so for about 4 years there. And then not being able to sustain myself doing nothing. But it was a lot of fun walking in the forest.
Yeah, Half Moon Bay is beautiful. For those of you who don't know, for those of you watching who are not in the Vancouver area, Half Moon Bay is a ferry ride away and north of here.
Yeah, Sunshine Coast it's
probably
called.
Like an hour.
Yeah,
or so,
about. But anyway, so there for a while, and then needing to come back to the city to earn some sustenance. So that's how that all began, and I guess that was in 2005. I like hobbies are writing poetry, writing generally. Maybe even a few songs. And as you know, because we met at a kirtan, I love to sing and chant and praise. Music is really powerful tool for people to move energy. And I wanted to speak about that because it's something that we both know and have experienced in our own life. So singing, dancing, jogging, meditation, being quiet and listening to the stillness and the silence between the notes can be an amazing healing tool. Just to make a sound and then just be quiet after that is really can take you so deep, so deeply into the oneness, into the heart of the beloved. And that's what I'm all about. I just love this life so much. And you would think, after all this time, I might think, more people with problems. But you know what? It's really a blessing to be of service. It really is. And I love particularly facilitating groups, but I also love working one-on-one with people. So if anybody feels the need, I'm in the Vancouver area, and I also do not need to meet you in person. I do sessions for people on the phone from Switzerland or France or Toronto or wherever they are. It's totally unnecessary for me to see the body.
Okay, so let's just take a little break and put some music in, and then I want to hear much more about that. So, so before you joined me today, I was thinking about songs of mine that would resonate, and this one I think is worth sharing, or part of it anyway. The song is called "I Can See You," and it's really it's a song. Actually, in all honesty, it's a song that I wrote to myself, to champion the 12-year-old who went through the painful divorce of my parents and just felt his whole world turn upside down. And so me as an adult reaching back to that guy and saying, it's okay, you'll make it out okay. And so I sing this song for all of us, because all of us still have those pieces that are broken or need mending. And I see you very much doing that work, both in the music that you share and the poetry that you write, and in the energy that you move and the modalities that you were talking about. So let me just share a little bit of that song. I can see you, I can see you, I can see you, I can see you. You made your debut, all shiny and new, your heart and hands open wide. You wore a big grin and drank it all in. Your happiness justified. Till that final scene with the king and queen scared away that shine. And I can see you barely breathing and still in a tidal wave. I can see you barely breathing and still in that tidal wave. Alone and displaced, you painted your face and learned how to work the crowd. You mastered the art of playing it smart, and feelings were not allowed. Since that final scene with the king and queen, that's been your solemn vow. And I can see you crying under the mask as you live that part. Yes, I can see you crying under the mask as you live that part. I think it's time you had your say. It's no longer yesterday. You'll be safe now, and I promise I'll be with you all the way. You can laugh and sweat and shake. You can cry until you ache. You can kick and scream and fight and keep me up all night. I will listen while you do and remember what is true, that you're not the one to blame, and it's time to end this game, 'cause I can see you. I can see you. I can see you. That's I Can See You, one of my songs. And for those of you who are tuning in late, this is In the Center of the Circle, episode number 12. And my guest today is Padma Vangolen, who's talking all about energy, moving energy. So just before the song, you were talking about how you do work with people all over the place and they don't need to be physically present.
No, because, you know, we're all connected in this huge oneness that we are.
Yeah.
And how I like to put it when I'm teaching, so that people can understand, is that each one of us has a unique energy signature within the oneness. You know, it's sort of like we're all ice cream, but we're all different flavors of ice cream. So I just tune into someone, usually through their name, because when they are talking to me, and I go into a light meditative state, and they say their name, all the information that they want to know pretty much just pops into their energy field. So that creates the basis for our discussion. And then, you know, that's really a lovely, lovely way for people to be met. You know, it's because it's like, you know, holding them in a very, very special way, allowing them to be seen, so that they can feel connected to the oneness. And so this is my service to the one.
And how did that begin? How did you?
Well, you know.
How were you led to that?
Well, as I said, I was not suited to being a school teacher in the you know, the government systems and all of that. Didn't feel quite right, and I really wanted a very authentic way to serve. And then when I started meditating, meditation is so powerful. And if I would say that to everybody, that being silent and meditating every day is such a powerful thing. It's for everybody. And even if you think you can't do it, just try for 5 minutes to sit quietly. Nature is a big help. When I was a little girl, I guess that's where it really began, is when I was about 12 years old. I had a big falling out from the church that we were going to, a Catholic church, and I heard the minister say something like, only people who are Catholic go to heaven, and I went, this doesn't feel right. And at that point, we lived in We lived in West Vancouver, and I had access to the Cleveland Dam watershed. So I used to walk there as a child by myself, basically. And nobody ever thought anything of it at that time, you know, that a little 12-year-old was wandering around in the woods, but that's what I did. And so nature and communing with nature was a really powerful teacher of silence, presence, and that connection to the one. Because everything comes from the one, and it's very palpable in nature. And you know, I still love going to the forest. I still love those North Shore forests. They're so beautiful. But any forest will do. Yeah.
Beautiful. So, so how do people get in touch with you?
Okay. Well, one
if
way,
they want to do you call it a reading, a session? What would you use?
Well, lately it's been called a treatment, but all of those are good. A session, a reading. But because I'm focusing on really assisting people to move through whatever is troubling them, then a treatment works. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine who's a doctor actually refers some of her patients to me. And so it is that kind of work. But it can be, it can go anywhere. And you can call me at 604-677-7509 or Padma at beautytruth.org. And those are ways to connect with me. And I have a website. It's beautytruth.org. And it really needs to be updated. But I'm also on Facebook as Padma Vangolen. But you'll find me most places as just Padma. And there's a story around the name, too, because I've been studying, you know, you never stop dropping into this presence that we are. And so there's so many helpful and beautiful teachers along the way. And I had the great good fortune to meet a lot of really beautiful women teachers. And they have always been an inspiration to me, because even though I loved all the male teachers too, somehow meeting women who were totally present and awake, that were in the feminine form, assisted me to own it, because, you know, of the Catholicism is quite a patriarchy, actually. And so that was very helpful to me. And so some of these teachers are, one of them is actually called Pamela Wilson, Neelam, Muni, and she was a devotee of Adyashanti, who lives in the San Francisco area, and I studied with him too. And but I was having, I guess, a consultation with her, and she looked at me, and my name prior to that was Cynthia Vangolen. And a lot of my old clients would probably know me as Cynthia Vangolen, spiritual counseling and healing. But this was around 2006. She looked at me and she said, "You're all heart. You're Padma." I went.
So Padma means heart in.
It means lotus of the heart.
In Sanskrit.
Yeah. Beautiful. Lotus of the heart. And so I thought about it for a while, and then I thought, why not? I'll be Padma. So now it's Padma. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So all of your phone number, your email, and your website, as well as your Facebook page, I will put all that information at the end of the video that I will make.
That's lovely.
The show, so that people will be able to get in touch with
One other way to get in touch with me, I also do sessions and treatments out of Gaia Garden Herbal Apothecary on Broadway. And I actually ran into Laura in front of that.
Laura Madsen was the guest on
a few weeks ago.
She's
a friend, and and she's a lovely being.
Yes, she is.
She's a beautiful being of light. And I recommend her services too. So, as well as my own.
Okay, well, I think just so that we don't have too much information, on the site. I think people having your name, your phone number, your email,
right,
your website, the Facebook
that
page.
should be enough. Yeah.
They have lots
Okay.
of ways to get to you. So
Yeah, if they want to. Yeah, great.
Okay. I just want to share just a little piece of another song of mine that I think is a good fit. And this one is called A Wholehearted Life. And again, I think it just resonates well with what you're talking about today. I want to have a wholehearted life, a wholehearted life, where no matter what's done or left undone, I belong and I'm enough. A wholehearted life, a wholehearted life, where I'm worthy of love. So I choose to be set free, take responsibility, stand in vulnerability, speak my heart. To get love I must give love, to belong I must reach out, to find truth I must be true, play my part. 'Cause owning my story and loving myself too are the bravest things I'll ever do. I want to have a wholehearted life, a wholehearted life, where no matter what's done or left undone, I belong and I'm enough. A wholehearted life, a wholehearted life, where I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of love, worthy of love. I'm able to love, able to love. I'm worthy of love, worthy of love. I'm able to love, able to love. That's a little bit of my song, A Wholehearted Life, and you are watching In the Center of the Circle, episode number 12, with my guest, Padma Vangolen, who has been talking about energy and healing and different modalities and
30 years of psychic.
30 years of psychic. It's amazing.
And I wanted to say I'm so grateful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I wanted to talk a little bit about gratitude and what a powerful energy that is, because it really opens us up to receive blessings from everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity to be here with you. It's a lot of fun, actually.
I'm delighted to be having an opportunity to share you with the world.
And I'm really enjoying the music.
Yeah, good.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. So you were talking about music being a big, I think you used the word hobby. You're in a couple of choirs.
Yes.
And so...
And you know I sing kirtan too.
Yes. Well, yes. And so I would like to give a loving nod to the fellow who leads the kirtans that brought us together, Amir. It's just
Hi,
a
Amir.
sweetheart of a
We
guy.
love you.
Adore you, Amir. And he's very much what's the word I want to say? Devoted to the Sufi path. And he leads just a wonderful heart-centered night of kirtan. Usually the first Saturday of the month.
Yeah, this time it's the second Saturday.
But yeah, wonderful guy. I should get him on as a guest.
He would
sometime.
love it.
Yeah,
I'm sure you would just love that. Yeah.
I would love that too.
Yeah.
So upcoming events, you have a workshop coming up on June 13th.
I do, yes.
Called
And
Being Here.
Being here, and it's really about going into the silence and being absolutely present and allowing more of that essence or connection with the one to drop into your life and live through you. You know, a lot of times we get so busy in our little mind, or little monkey mind, that we forget about the real purpose of being here. And the real purpose, as far as I can see it, is to really be with the one, almost like thinking about, what is really looking through these eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, And it's that connection to the oneness that is so powerful, that that we're bringing the energy right through and down to the center of the earth, and we are the place where heaven and earth meets. And
Beautiful
then
image.
we take that information and we spread it out into the world. And I told you I'd kind of been hiding for many years. In the beginning of the 90s, it looked like I might become famous, and I thought, oh, that'd be awful. But, I think things have changed now, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's okay to be seen, and I really want to encourage people to follow their heart. And part of following your heart is to go within, and find out from the source who and what you truly are.
Yeah. And that's exactly why I call the show In the Center of the Circle, because people, for whatever reasons, feeling that they're not worthy, whatever, tend to put themselves over to the side.
Absolutely.
And my invitation in this show for everybody who comes on the show, as well as for everybody listening, is that they really claim their rightful place, right in the center, because we all have an important role to play.
And I mentioned that I write poetry.
Yes.
I have a little book here.
Please share one of your poems.
It's called Petals of a Rose. And poems for the soul. And I really like this one because it's all about hiding. And this one actually came to me when I was washing the floor. So it was called The Washerwoman. In the midst of this domestic bliss, I sometimes catch myself as I wash the floors, seeing an old washerwoman, body aching, humbled by circumstance. She's without status in this world, no value assigned by society. She is stateless. There are no worlds big enough to contain her wisdom. Yet she is a mystery, and nobody knows her name.
Beautiful. And so let's dedicate this show to everyone who feels that way, who feels invisible, who feels marginalized, who feels unimportant. We know that is not true. We know that that's false information. And may this show, and may the work that I do, the work that you do, the work that we all do, help us all to remember the truth of who we are. Padma, it has been a real joy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And let's take everybody up with this is a chant from a very good friend of mine named Karen Drucker. This is called Loving Kindness. And when you feel comfortable, please join in. This is my prayer for all of you. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. Once again. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. Now let's sing you this time. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Let's sing we this time. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Let's sing we one more time. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Deep breath, everyone. So, you have been watching In the Center of the Circle. This has been episode number 12 with my dear friend Padma Vangolen. As I said, all of Padma's contact information will be put at the end of this video. That will include her phone number, her email address, her website, and her Facebook page. And hopefully, if you're so inclined, you'll reach out to Padma and move some energy of your own. And one more reminder, she has a workshop coming up on June 13th called Being There, and you can get information about that. Being here, not being there. Being here.
We're always here.
We're always here.
We're
You're
always
absolutely
here.
right. And the workshop, information on the workshop you can find under events on her Facebook page. So that's all our time for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Go with love. Peace and
Thank you
blessings,
again.
everyone. Thank you too. Namaste, everyone.